Welcome everyone to the first bonus part of Bringing Evangelion to America. During my interviews with the cast and crew, we talked about a lot of topics that I unfortunately wasn't able to fit into the main documentary, so I'm going to release them as short bonus parts with a new one every week. If you remember the Legacy of Evangelion thing I teased at the end of part 3 of the documentary, this is that. In this first episode, we're going to cover the most important topic of all: how do you pronounce the name of the series?
Well, I've always just said Evangelion.
It's always been the Eva. Eva.
Evangelion.
I use Eva, Evangelion.
I have only said Evangelion, I believe.
In my order of preference, I like Eva Evangelion the most. I will go ahead and say Ava because a lot of people say Ava, so it's just easier. I will never say Evangelion, ever. I only say Evangelion. And then Evangelion or Eva, those would be my least favorite.
I say Evangelion.
Eva, Eva, Evangelion, Ava. How do I say it?
I'm an Ava. Evangelion. Ava, Evangelion.
For this one, I think we stuck to Ava. For these rebuilds. But yeah, I mean, I caught myself saying Eva a couple times, and I had to, we had to be like, it's like, okay, good take, but we had to go back and pick that up because you said Eva.
I don't know what I've said because I'm sure I've been slippery with it, but I think I like Evangelion.
Or was it Evangelion?
The one I've heard most often is Ava. So that's the one I will typically go with.
I think I would go with Ava. It just sounds, I don't know, it sounds more enigmatic with what's happening in the storyline.
I'm an Ava girl. I've always said Evangelion. I don't know if it's just my friends, that's what they told me it was called, and so I just repeated them, but...
I'll say Evangelion, they'll say Evangelion, or with someone, I don't know why they were trying out the end of it, they was like Evangelion.
So I was told directly that it's Evangelion, like Avon Lady. It's Evangelion.
I lean into Evangelion.
I prefer Eva as a abbreviation, but Evangelion.
I've always said it Evangelion.
I always said Evangelion.
Evangelion. Bam.
I think in the recording, I think I say Ava. But I think in real life I say Evangelion.
I usually say Eva and Evangelion.
Did someone ever say what the actual pronunciation was?
Whatever I'm saying is wrong. Let me just say that right off the bat.
I go with the Japanese because that is what's written in the character Evangelion.
When I was working with Amanda, we were saying Evangelion, launch Eva. And I kept thinking, okay, that works. And that's the one that's kind of stuck with me.
There was a lot of controversy when we did the, Amanda, when she did Death and Rebirth and End of Evangelion, that she had us saying Eva.
It's just Evangelion. Eva was the way my contacts at Production IG were pronouncing it.
I remember having that discussion with her, actually.
Eva. I have naturally been the school of Eva, but I have been corrected that it is Eva. so when I'm not thinking about it, I'm like, Eva.
I say Evangelion. And even if it's wrong, that's just what I say. That's the pronoun for Ava that I use is Evangelion.
Evangelion? How did I say it? Evangelion. So, Evangelion.
Ava.
Which one did Matt use?
Well, I mean, the one that Matt Greenfield taught me, which at the time was Evangelion.
When I was initially talking about the show with the Japanese, Evangelion, because that's how they said it.
But it's really hard because you see that giant E and you want to say Evangelion.
Evangelion. I've never heard Evangelion. I've never heard that.
Evangelion is a little like, hey, y'all been gonna watch that Evangelion?
There are people who like Evangelion?
I say Evangelion, and I don't know if that was right, but I'm sure I say it because someone else
said that that's the way you pronounce it. So I do say Evangelion.
Sometimes if I say Neon Genesis Evangelion, because that's how I heard the entire title at one point. So I probably am committing the mortal sin of bouncing back and forth from one to the other.
It could be a little less, not so hard of an A, maybe an Eva. Nah, Ava. We've always said Ava.
I think I used to say Eva? No, Ava. I think I've always said Ava.
It's funny how, like, dedicated people get to one particular pronunciation.
So which actors say Eva?
I think Eva.
Evangelion. I think. Pretty sure. Whatever comes out.
Yeah, Evangelion, whenever I'd hear somebody say that, it always just sounded wrong. But here I am, like, I don't know why. I just don't like it.
And then, people, of course, for short will say Ava.
I have always said Ava. That is just where my brain goes when I see Evangelion. I just think Ava.
I just call it Evangelion. And that's probably because I had no idea that there was any discussion about it. And that's just the way I read it.
I think we would usually say Evangelion. Evangelion, yeah, that sounds right. But Evangelion, I don't care. As long as you spell it right.
And of course, for me, being from Louisiana, I always thought it was, is this Evangelon?
What it definitely is not is Jellion. It's not Evangelion.
Not Evangelion. There's still enough people to see Evangelion.
Evangelion? That's kind of where I landed. But, I've said it out loud a couple times to people, and they're like, what? It's like, no, it's Evangelion. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, it's not a hard G.
Evangelion. Yeah, Evangelion.
Yeah, you should remember the G.